Hello everyone. Today we are presenting our paper, Interdisciplinary Collaboration and Inclusivity, Methodological Innovations in Architectural Practice and Pedagogy. I'm Asma Mehan, faculty at Texas Tech University and the Director of Architectural Humanities and Urbanism Lab, together with my co-author and colleague, Dr. Sina Mostafavi, faculty and Director of DARS Lab. We are glad to be part of this session at ARCC EAAE conference in Aarhus. Our presentation today is focused on a project called Fabricity XR, and we will discuss about our methodological our methodology and also the different sides and aspects of this project, and especially with the more focus on pedagogical implications. So Fabricity XR is a digital installation that maps socio-environmental justice, which has been exhibited at the Venice Architectural Biennale of 2023. This project delivers an engaging and interactive experience, allowing the users to explore the map data and offering a comparative perspective on two major metropolises and port cities in Europe and the North America, Amsterdam and Houston, both at the forefront of socio-environmental challenges. The research also maps the urban thresholds, highlighting the areas where conflicting zones like industrial versus residential spaces or issues of segregation versus integration of locals and immigrants have historically presented special challenges. This presentation unfolds in four main segments. So in the background, scopes, methods, and finally conclusion. Starting with the background, we briefly cover the theoretical and methodological frameworks alongside the contextual setup of the installation, as well as the different pedagogical methods such as co-production methodologies, interdisciplinary collaboration and inclusivity in the studios, as well as the role of immersive technology in architectural education and pedagogy.
With the overarching theme of pedagogical innovation, this project, which is presented in this paper, and in this paper we have mainly addressed the pedagogical aspect of the project, built upon a synergy of two graduate level architectural studios, UCD, or Urban Design and Community, and DCF, Design, Computation and Fabrication. The project is further enriched by insight from two parallel seminars with a focus on urban design and community development and smart materials. So basically four modules are involved. And additionally, a pivotal aspect of our approach has been in the through the active engagement with the industry partners. So this multifaceted collaboration provided students with the opportunity to interact and learn directly from industry professionals and have the experience of working in a large interdisciplinary teamwork, which was new to the school and the students as well. And then more than that, the students work in different groups, research groups and design groups, which we are going to also discuss and elaborate in the following slides. This poster sort of shows an overview of three streams of research and disciplines. On the top, you see the DCF, Design, Computation and Fabrication. In the middle, you see research done in mainly on urban community design, and the lower part sort of summarize the link between the two, which is called extended reality research, or XR, with a focus on mapping the research data in the UCD to the physical installation, which is called digital research in the paper.
So Moving forward, in this segment of our research, we focus on the urban communities of both cities of Houston and Amsterdam. And as you can see in the poster here, so the main idea here is that to showcase the inequalities and injustices in resource allocation and opportunity in these two metropolises through comparative perspective. So our analysis moves through the lens of environmental and social justice and examining the interplay between urban planning as well as the ecology and sustainability, and most importantly, the societal equity. In the case of Houston, the oil and also the petrochemical industries and the oil industry have significant environmental repercussions and environmental effects such as air pollution, such as urban heat islands, as well as the increased flooding risks. These consequences predominantly affect marginalized and underrepresented communities, highlighting the acute need for more resilient and sustainable urban interventions that address both environmental and social injustices. Amsterdam's challenges are framed by its vulnerability to climate change, especially concerning the water management and flood prevention. And here, the socio-economic implications of environmental hazards disappropriately burden the less affluent, underlining the necessity for inclusive and adaptive urban design strategies, which we also explored in our joint studios, especially in the UCD Urban Design and Community Graduate Studio. And our research and our pedagogical framework advocates for urban design as an apparatus for change and positioning the environmental crisis in both cities not merely as challenges but also as catalysts for creating resilient and resilient urban environments. And so here we also argue that the design solution that can just, contain the ecological integrity with social justice aim to create a blueprint for the cities that serve the well-being of all the residents equitably. And investigating Houston's multi-ethnic composition also shows the intricate social dynamics, as you can see here, through the different layers of the physical models and also the posters that created by the students in this studio. The city's demography includes the Latinos as well as African American, Asian, and white population, alongside the large immigrant community. And these demographics also highlight the challenge of fostering integration and addressing the social injustices. And Houston's situation also compels us to seek the urban solution that are equitable and, most importantly, they are inclusive. And in case of the Amsterdam, while it's different, but also we found the similar challenges within the Amsterdam case. The city's diverse immigrant population grapples with social integration, also compounded by the critical issue of housing affordability and density. As comparative studies, Houston and Amsterdam are important in illustrating the complexities of socio-environmental challenges in the urban context. Our research also leverages these case studies to critically assess and advocate for the important role of urban design and pedagogy that supports social cohesion and also prioritize the inclusivity and justice, and how we can create the pedagogical framework to acknowledge these keywords and work with them, and also to make sure to underscore the importance of multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary approaches in urban design and urban planning, and also our architectural pedagogy to address the important needs of these diverse populations.
So throughout the course, we have had several, let's say, exchanges between the two, I would say, different disciplines, urban community design and design competition and fabrication. So this is one of the illustrations that was done together with both graduate level students involved. So the idea was to map the urban level data, the focus on social environmental justice, into a physical pavilion, which is assemblable and disassemblable. This conceptual framework basically provided the students provided a framework for the students to collaborate across disciplines, which we are going to explain in the following slides as well. Moving on with the DCF, again, this paper is not focused mainly on the technical aspects of how design competition and fabrications are integrated as part of this collaborative effort. But to give you an idea, the DCF students worked on this idea of resource-driven design and material efficiency. So the idea was to come up with discrete systems where they can assemble the structure once in Texas Tech and then disassemble it and assemble it again in Venice. So this provided kind of scaffold for digital mapping of the data, which was researched with UCD students. Obviously, there has been a lot of precedent studies, including work done by pioneers of lightweight structures. So this was also another scope that the DCF students have been exploring, and that the idea of like working with this discrete computation in order to create a resource-driven design on the one hand, but also like lightweight structure, which is modular, and this modularity allows the collaboration between the UCD urban design studio and the design competition and fabrication studio to work together and then come up with what we have called digital trails in the on the pavilion, which we are going to explain later. And then moving on with assembly, we came with a solution which is modular, but at the same time customizable according to the local and global needs, including the overall structural stability and assemblability of the design, which has resulted in this modular system, which again adapt tetrahedral structure, polyhedral structures, and this illustrations demonstrates how our installation is assembled here, and the idea of using a system which is modular and also assemblable using, in this case, HoloLens. Moving on with the digital trails, since this was a kind of a comparative studies, as part of the design, 4 digital trails have been envisioned throughout the studio, and this resulted into 4 pedestals, which are again following the same geometrical logic using tetrahedral structures. And on these 4 pedestals, there are 4 physical models of urban parcels that the UCD students have studied. The urban parcels are recognizable with any smart phone using an web-based platform, digital platforms that we have developed. And then on the lattice structures, which we explained in the previous slides, there are digital trails which are mapped, and the visitors can interact with the pavilion. And another interesting fact is that we have captured and gathered the data which is recorded over the 6 months period of the exhibition, which is also another aspect of the research that we are interested and looking forward to share with the community. So these slides also show another aspect, which was mostly investigated and explored with in collaboration with the students in the course of Smart Materials. So again, this was a very, let's say, collaborative effort between 4 different courses, which was challenging, but at the same time rewarding, because 4 different modules were collaborating together on one larger project, which required, I would say, orchestration and collaboration in multiple levels. Again, this paper is not discussing the details, the technical details, but since we are presenting more or less the pedagogical framework and the way the collaboration has been done, we are sharing different aspects of the project to have an overview of how the project was conducted in an educational setup in collaboration with industry partners. So the concrete 3D printing was also done in collaboration with X3 in Paris, and then we have been exploring different ways of printing and then working again with a voxel-based and discrete system.
So in our urban heritage and in urban context exploration in both cities, XR Play or extended reality play, the digital part also acts as a bridge between the past and present and creating a digital layer over the cityscape. And by leveraging this interactive design and augmented reality, the main idea was like to breathe new life into historical narratives and also offering users the immersive experience that connects them with the stories and also with the significance of this comparative context. Our project trail system, as you can see here in this map, marked by dynamic QR codes, guides users through a curated journey of the urban heritage in both Amsterdam and Houston, where each scan reveals layers of history and cultural memory in these 2 cities. And also these trails do more than just inform. They also change the urban landscape into a living museum, enhancing the user's engagement with the space, with the context, and also with the history of both cities. Moreover, as participants navigate these digital trails, their interactions generate important data. So over the course of the 6 months, this data informs our understanding of engagement patterns of different users with these trails, which also enables us to refine and enrich the experience continually. And the result, which now we are also working on, is an evolving map that not only educates, but also inspire a deeper connection with our urban heritage and the 2 different urban contexts, ensuring its relevance and resonance with contemporary audiences.
In this slide, you see different, let's say, interaction levels and depths of interaction. Again, as we explained, this is a dynamic platform. And over the course of 6 months, we were even able to slightly change the context of the trail if we wanted to. And as you can see here, we are showing different levels of interaction. Again, in other papers, we are addressing the details of this technical aspects of the work which has been done. In this paper is mostly providing an overarching pedagogical framework. In this video, you see also a kind of a live interaction of different persons just before the opening. With the pavilion, as explained, the trail starts with scanning the physical models. They are recognizable as images through image processing, and the data is mapped on top of these models and then guide the users throughout different trails, which in this case there are 4 of them. Again, this has been an engaging and yet challenging course for both tutors and assistants and students, but it has been quite again collaborative in many aspects. As we can see here, different types of activities has been envisioned and done throughout the course. Here you see some of the photos in the opening. Again, over the course of 6 months, the exhibition itself has had more than 100,000 visitors, but the direct interactions we have checked after 6 months has been around 3,000, and each of the users has experienced a different pattern of interaction with the pavilion, which we are excited to also analyze and share in another paper. The conclusion in the paper is also divided into 4 parts, which somehow is summarized in our presentation here. In the future, we are also looking into other alternative ways of, let's say, printing with other materials in terms of like advancing the material system and also advancing or develop web-based digital platforms. Here you see snapshots of the installation in the exhibition, again before the opening, and some more information. Also the online platform is also accessible through the website of the Biennale. And in this video, you see an overview of assembly in the venue. Again, the structure is assemblable and disassemblable. Now it has returned into the campus after a couple of months, and we are thinking of reinstalling it and remapping other layers of data into the installation for future work.
So here, in this slide, we want to mention about the project credits and acknowledgement. The project featured here is the result of the collaborative efforts within Texas Tech University, and we had also different external industry partners. This slide, as you can see here, is an overview of these 4 different venues and entities, highlighting the contributions of different individuals, but as well as the firms and institutions to our research and to our project. We deeply acknowledge their support, and we are thankful to them for their invaluable contributions. And thank you for your time and attention. And for more information about the project and the related publications, please check our websites. As you can see here, both QR codes of our labs, DARS lab and AHU lab. And you can it's also accessible by scanning the QR codes presented here in this slide. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.